Pete, you had, unfortunately, a good amount of experience with snitching, people telling on you. You definitely would know what the definition of a snitch is. What is the definition of a snitch to you, brother?
Now, everybody has an interpretation.
All right.
Me, I'm only telling you what I think. If you're in the game, if you selling drugs, or you doing anything in that world, you cannot snitch. Now,
But wait, what if you and your partner, y'all rocking, y'all getting bread, say you catch a situation, you get stopped one night, you got your gun on you, you locked up, and you got to go and sit, like, for whatever time you got to sit. And your guy, who you tell to look out for your wife while you're gone, start having sex with your wife. You can't.
that's a beef you got to handle when you get home.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just going to have somebody knock him off while you're in jail. But that's not snitching, though. That has nothing to do with snitching. That's just being a grimy dude because he shouldn't be talking to your girl. Now,
But it's not justified if he betrays you like that to tell
Nah,
you.
it is justified. You know why? Because, well, me personally, I could have grew up when I got to do a stretch because I don't want the headaches or the challenges behind that. But realistically, if you go to jail and she moves on, why move on with your homie? Move on with somebody else. There's millions of dudes out there. Why? Your closest friend? Nah, that's not cool.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they do it in the movies, but my theory is no. I would never mess with your girl. Never. I would never mess. Now, we had a little thing over that before, when we was home and niggas was going at everybody's backyards. But me and D had to come up with a rule and nice, because Cool don't do that. But us three, we male hoes at the time. So we came up with a rule, it can't be your immediate girl. So nobody could talk to your immediate, but the strays out there that you dealing with, side chicks, yeah, you could talk to them.
Like the kids say, they for the streets.
Yeah. But if it's your main girl, no, you can't talk to them. So if you go to jail, you can leave anything with me with that girl and everything would be straight. I used to joke with Nice all the time. I used to tell Nice, if they shot me 20 times, I'm on the operating table. And I'd be like, yo, where's my girl? And they'd be like, oh, Nice took her home. I'll jump off that boat. and Nice, he's like, you a piece of shit. You believe I would do that? I said, yes. Now, D might not, but still, no, I might jump off the table too. You know what I'm saying? It's just because we had some bad girls. And I know, and you have a bad girl, so you got girls that look so good, a nigga have to be looking at her.
You know it.
Around you every day.
Who the fuck don't want a woman? Who wants a woman nobody wants to look at?
I always say Danita because she's my favorite, like beauty-wise. And she's up there with that top tier with Halle Berry and Vanity and all them to me. Mm. Now, everybody used to want to talk to Danita. Tanisha too, same type of woman. But my thing is this, I could never have Danita around me and my team that wanted to down low on the DL. But they know the law. You violate, we eliminate. So that's something you tested them. That's like the same thing when you asked me way back. You have to know you could go to jail. You have to know if you hustle. So you have to know you could get killed fucking with somebody's main girl. Stealing from them. We had commandments. And a lot of them, D came up with, not the girl shit, but no stealing, no jealousy, no envious, none of that shit. But the whole thing is, it's real. That's being a real dude. If I could turn my way away from somebody's coochie because you my dude, then I'm a good dude. And it's hard. It's hard. Because these girls look, and it's harder now. These girls got crazy, amazing bodies. But back in the day, it was hard. But if you talking to a Danita, a Tanisha, a Jatan, a Chrissy, or any of them top tier women, and you go to jail, these niggas gonna be on them like leeches. Because they bad bras. All them girls was bad bras. Let's keep it real. They beautiful, naturally beautiful. They deserve everything of the saluteness, and my taste is the best. I always felt that. So, and I know you feel that. So, if I think a woman is a goddess, she's a goddess, and they were goddesses. No doubt about it. They were beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside, and you can't get mad at them. Want to get that nigga with the money because they deserve it. They look good enough. That's what these girls is doing now. They was a trendsetter for these young girls getting their bodies done,
Sure enough.
So they could get these niggas.
Sure enough.
But they could get the niggas naturally because they had that pizzazz back in the day. So I like them girls.
So a snitch, the definition, your definition of a snitch.
A snitch cannot be an old lady looking out the window say, "So you shoot me," and tell on you. That's not a snitch. And I had to really reevaluate because I used to think that too. But I said, nah, that's not a snitch. Only if they in the game and they know the repercussions of the game and the circumstances, then they a snitch. So I don't even know this dude is 6'9", right? And 6'9" is supposed to, he claimed why he snitched. And I would be on his side up to one point. This is what kills him. And he don't realize it because he's young.
He's a kid. And he's a square kid.
And he's a square, but he was a good dude until he started snitching. And they was taking advantage of him. But the real reason why he falls under the snitch label is not because he snitched, because he was part of the gang.
Yep.
If you got into that gang and that part of the gang, if that's true, because I still don't know the whole particulars, but if that's true, then yes, you wasn't supposed to snitch.
That's right.
But he claims that all the shit that happened to him, that's why he has the right to have told on him. Right. They try to kill him. They try to fuck his girl. They try to so many things, and I understand that. But I told you what happens when a nigga try to mess your girl before you get him, or you have somebody else get him. Now, them trying to kill him, same thing. You in jail. You come home, you get him killed. But for you to make and this is, he don't know me and he might take it the wrong way, but for you to make a excuse for telling, period, no, you're wrong, kid. And you're only wrong because you joined that organization.
That's right.
So you cannot say that I didn't snitch. And, and that's what bothers me about, and that getting off of 6'9", going to regular snitches. They get mad, and I'm talking about snitches, period now. They get mad when you blow them up for being a snitch.
Yeah.
How can you get mad? You did that to yourself. You can't get mad. You can't want to, because you're a tough guy. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. Nigga, do it. Bring it. Because you a snitch, you want to go after another nigga? No, you snitched on a nigga. And you wrong. You wrong. The court system is so terrible right now. Drug dealers get a crazy time. More time than a dude pedophile, child molester. How do they get less time? They doing the damage that's damaging these people forever.
That's right.
Or you molest the kid.
That's
they always gonna have
society for generations.
They try to switch, come down on gay people. Gay people only hurt themselves if they hurt themselves. That's their decision. So they have to deal with God on that. But these people are touching other kids. These are touching kids and molesting and raping them.
Stealing their
How
innocence.
they not getting more time than a drug dealer? That shit is
Well, I would say
you didn't force the person to use the drug. I tell you a dime of crack. You smoked it. I didn't tell you better smoke it. I didn't put the gun to you and say you better smoke it. But they get more time.
You've had a lot of time to think about that. You've had a lot of first-hand experience with that situation, being in prison for 20-some-odd years. You had to have thought about it. What has been your conclusion as to the why that is?
I'm still searching for that answer.
Well, consider this.
because they're still being done. I can't come up with some kind of antidote to the problem.
Consider this. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right answer, right? So consider this. If you are a system that is all about the control of resources so that you maintain the power and the status quo, and you have people who are circumventing that system by making large sums of money and not paying you a percentage in the form of a tax, then If that gets out of hand, you're going to have a problem maintaining your system.